All right, we got this email that is asking for Abby's help. And normally I would think you would come to one of the parents on the Bert Show for this help, but they need help and advice on a baby name, and they came to Abby.
Hey, Bert Show. I'm a P1 and I absolutely love you guys. I need some advice on a baby name from Abby and some of the non-hardcore Swifties on the show too. Since middle school, I've always loved the name Taylor. I'm in my 30s, so this was well before Taylor Swift made her radio debut and changed the pop and country music scene forever. I just have always loved the name. We ended up giving our first child a different name that we also loved and decided to save Taylor for our second baby, whether it was a boy or a girl. Here we are, pregnant with our second miracle baby, and we couldn't be more excited. Shout out to my fellow infertility mama, Kristen. Here's the problem. 5 years ago, long before Taylor Swift's new relationship, we named our first child Travis. We absolutely love his name, and we still love the name Taylor, but are people going to look at me like I'm insane for naming my children Travis and Taylor? Is that like the modern day equivalent of naming your child Sonny and Cher or Brittany and Justin? Don't get me wrong. I'm a Swiftie. I've always loved her music and the way she uses her platform to make the world a better place, but I am not a crazy enough fan to name my children after her and her boyfriend. Is everyone going to assume I'm a psycho who named my kids after them? I'm totally set on these names, and I'm not planning to let a celebrity couple deter us from using the names we love. But am I being naive? If Taylor and Travis stay together forever, which they will, which I realize is pretty rare for a celebrity couple, will I be dooming my kids to get weird comments on their names for the rest of their lives? Will non-Swifties make the connection? Does it make a difference if baby number 2 is a boy or a girl? P.S. We listen to you guys in the car, and anytime Abby talks about Travis Kelce, my little boy thinks she's talking about him and gets so excited.
Cute.
So, Abby, know that every time you talk about them, you're making a 4-year-old boy's day. Always name here.
Okay, so your call.
So here's my opinion. So it sounds like you're going to, you literally said right here that you are going to name your child Taylor no matter what I say here. And I think that's the stance you need to take, because if you are going to do something that might turn a couple of heads, give you a couple of side eyes, you have to know in your gut this is the name for you. Because the reality is, anytime you tell the general public, like, oh yeah, my kids, Taylor and Travis, they will always think about Tavis. And if it was any other couple, I would say, yeah, it doesn't matter. But this is the most famous celebrity couple in the country. So if you're okay with the first thing people think about when you name your kids side by side is this celebrity couple, then I think it's fine.
I say, do you. Life is short. Do whatever you want.
Are we in a little bit, because I am a baby Swiftie, right? Like, I'm a Taylor fan. Are we in a little bit of a bubble? Like, does everybody really know Taylor and Travis? And will everybody, I hope their end game. I want her to be happy. But if they don't go the long run, like, in 20 years, is anybody going to remember them if they break up? Like that. And so you're like, these are my children, Taylor and Travis, and no one's going to remember at all. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think that this couple, even if you're not into pop music and you're not into football, you still know that these two are dating. But if you do look at the odds, though, 50% of marriages break up, right? So chances are it's not going to be an issue in a couple of years, but people are always going to attach to this couple.
I wouldn't care if I were her, but I do think people, at least now, I think people will definitely, that'll be the first thing they think. I don't know about 20 years from now. I think you'll be fine in 20 years.
Well, if you had kids named Sonny and Cher, to her point, you're always going to be like, oh, Sonny and Cher.
That's true.
That is true, man. Life is short. Do what you want. Who cares what people think?
The Bert Show.